Alrighty, so we are sitting here with Bitcoin. We said a big week was coming. We said last week we are getting to the end of this trend line, and now we're sitting right on it. It's a very exciting week. Look at that volume, guys. Look at Binance's volume. I can't believe the amount of volume that is built up in this little phase of us not moving. We have an incredible amount of volume building up. And now we are at the stage of a possible weekly breakout. And this is the area from the previous all-time high of the 69,000. We've been in this trend now for what is it? I think it's a year. I think it's been a year, fake or not. The difference is by us using these trend lines on a very high time frame, they're usually a lot more accurate than shorter time frames. You know, this is an extremely long trend. And the main thing about this trend is it is showing that the aggressive down cycle, something is going to shift. May this be accumulation for the next year where we go sideways and we slow down for a while. I'm basically seeing us starting, once we break this, create a range and trade in that range for a while. Now, that range could be massive. Now, we have this chart and we have this one over here where the 10-year yield finally slowing down a bit. It's been on this massive run since early August of this continuation of a strong move up. And ever since this has been going up, stock market has been terrible. Crypto market has been terrible. And now finally it is losing momentum. We are starting to see weakness over here. And if we can continue the weakness, it is a bullish sign for the market and bullish sign for crypto. So massive show today. I'm going to go through some altcoins, go through Bitcoin, go through what could happen if we do have a really strong bullish Q4 of this year, and where can we expect the market going next. James, smash the button. Smash the button, and let's get into the show.
Click, have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click, when the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click. Enter the sniper.
Yo, Banter fam, what's happening? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. I hope you all had a great weekend. Hopefully, this is a massive week for all of us. So if you are brand new, smash a like, smash the subscribe button. Our beloved Banter fam, what's up? What's happening? Smash that like button. Show lots of love. Remember, guys, before I jump in, make sure you're following all of our social medias. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Sheldon_Sniper. Make sure you're following our Discord channel. All links are below in the description. Make sure you're on our Discord channel where you get tons of different trades. Short-term trades been a bit horrible lately with this market, waiting for this final weekly one to break so we can get a strong momentum move. But in that time, we've had phenomenal calls coming through on the short-term trades and the long-term trades. Make sure you go track all these tokens. We've even done one by one, so you can go see which token you like. You can see the high time frame views and all of that we're looking at. Now, remember, in order to get to the VIP section, you have to be using one of our exchange links. We got BitGet, we got Binance, we got BYBIT. If you're using one of these exchange links, it does give you access into our VIP groups. Remember, we do all of this for free for you guys. And by you using the link does support the channel financially, but it also helps you with getting sign-up bonuses, discounts on trading fees. And you'll soon see how this plays a big role in your trading career. Saving money wherever you can, because it is bull market. Another thing, guys, go follow my channel below. Go subscribe there. We got some really cool footage coming out this week. And I'm very excited to show you guys what we've been busy and what we've been up to. I've also been shooting Sniper School, which is massive. I see we got Carl Dupes in the house over here. Carl Dupes is here. Where is he? There's he there. He's getting ready. There's Carl Dupes. And we're going to chat about what's happening here. So Big thing, guys. Obviously, massive increase of volume over the last few weeks on Binance, which is quite crazy. Quite crazy to see how we've seen, this is the highest week we've seen of volume on a weekly chart from Binance, which is absolutely incredible. And we're still wondering the question, why so much volume, market not doing anything? Simply put, flush out of retail, flush out of normal people. Big guys always buy when there's fear in the market and the market is drained out. And then what happens is we start to break a very key trend, and you'll start to see how volume will actually start going down here, because now you no longer need the big guys. Retail take over from here. And it's quite simple, guys. Like, you don't feel like buying right now. You're scared it's a fake out. If Bitcoin goes to 25K or 26K in the next week, you're going to have that temptation to buy again. And it's just showing how we are flipping the same thing back of what we've seen many times. Flush out, then it turns straight into Bitcoin. And what's quite interesting is if we look at the dominance, on where the dominance is at, it's also showing that we're getting that little reset of when love turns back into let's go back to this one over here. Love turns back into Bitcoin at times like this, and you can see how the dominance now is starting to show strength to the upside. So it's just showing that all love and all eyes go back to Bitcoin as soon as we break the key areas, and then it gets flushed back into altcoins. So what it basically means for me is if the market breaks out now, and around 20K of the closing candle today is a sort of breakout for me, we break out at that level, Bitcoin runs first. And then what it does is diversify back into the altcoins. So what I'm seeing is 2-3 weeks of bullishness from Bitcoin, slow grind in the altcoins, as in Ethereum and the bigger caps. There is one or two that I think will run with it. And then I think after that, they only break their trends. Because if we look at a little thing of Ethereum, and I'll show you guys Ethereum over here now, and I'll show you this on the weekly, look how far Ethereum still is from its major trend. So we got Bitcoin sitting on its major trend right now for the breakouts, and you still have Ethereum that's still a little while away. So it's basically meaning Bitcoin run first, bring the money into the market, slow grind up from the altcoins, and then the altcoins come, in my opinion, I think they're coming in November. So I think October is a Bitcoin month, especially if things turn really bullish. I think we do then have the Dixie and all of that continue to slow down. This was a really... What's this guy doing?
Good evening.
Hi, Ran.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
What's up?
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Hi, Ran.
Evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
You gone? Take my screen off, but now you got. So this was a really good reversal from the Dixie last week, and that is obviously a good sign for us. We do have a major trend we're hoping to break in that time, but for now it is showing weakness, and it is showing a bit more downside in the Dixie. So that's obviously good. And then we ended up getting a lot of, the British pound, really strong bounce last week. The euro, strong bounce too. Everything started to show some strength again. So just showing again, slow down of the dollar. I even see gold and silver and all of those have started ripping as well and starting to look pretty good. So far, all lines are checked. And now we just need Bitcoin to break the really key one. I just want to see this one over here. And the USDT dominance also, this is a lower high in my opinion. And another strong leg down here can be bullishness for the market. So, Random man, are you jumping on now? Or are you going to jump on just now so we can have our chats? Because you've been saying dominance is going to 50%. You've been saying all these things, and I'd love to. Carl Dupes, sorry, I see you on you. You're in the. You're not in the Carl Dupes studio anymore. Are you back? Good evening. What's up, Ran?
Good evening, good evening, everyone. Good evening.
What's happening, bro?
Yo.
Is this real? Is it real? Is it real? It's the biggest question today.
Let me ask you a question. In the comments, tell us how many of you actually believe this pump? So that'll be, if you believe this pump, it's not real. If you don't believe this pump, there's a good chance that this pump's going to be real.
I'm pretty sure everyone's going to say it's not real. Let's see here.
Well, yeah, that's what I think. I think everyone's going to say it's not real. And then,
fake pump. No.
You see, no one believes the pump. You see, no one believes the pump. You see, no one believes the pump. I said to you yesterday when I was on my show, I said, regardless of what your view is on the market, you could have a long-term view, a short-term view, whatever you want, but a pump is due. Even if you're talking about the kiss of death and all the other crap that's going on, what everyone does agree on is that a short-term pump is due. Now the question is, what is a short-term pump? We've got the NASDAQ ripping, you got the Bitcoin following. I mean, let's just quickly look at the NASDAQ. Let's just quickly I think call up the NASDAQ chart. Let's look at the NASDAQ in the last week.
I just want to show you something here quick. Do you believe on this cap, do you believe we're here? Because do you think next year is still bear market? Like sideways, boring, shitty market?
Go
across. Or do you think we're here?
Yeah, we're somewhere there.
Are you guys depressed? Let's ask the people in the comments. Are you depressed or are you angry? What does the market made you feel in the last, like that's because it is. We haven't had, remember like you said in 2018, you had that 6 months where Bitcoin just stayed at like $6,000 for like months. We haven't had that where it's just 6 months of absolutely like nothing.
Somewhere between anger and depression. We're somewhere between anger and depression.
Somewhere, yeah. For now, we're on anger. We have the run up.
Yeah.
Q1 is shitty. Next year, half of the year is shitty, and then we finally start.
No one believes the pump. What happens when no one believes the pump? You tell me. No one believes the pump. What happens when no one believes the pump?
No, it comes out of nowhere. And what's beautiful about it is it doesn't take a lot of volume to make it happen, because no one believes it. So no one's in. So they just send a little bit of liquidity into the market, and all of a sudden we have a massive push. So here's the US tech.
Look at the NASDAQ.
That's a great weekly.
Look at that. Just gone to the daily. The daily is actually a much better chart to look at. So yesterday it made back. Look how many points it made back yesterday. And today it's up another, I think, 1.5%. Yesterday it was up like 2.5%, 3% almost, close to 3%. So
so it's looking good. And your take on the British pound and all the things all basically bouncing. It looks like they were capitulating last week or 2 weeks ago. Like they were just it was too fast. Like everything was just like completely dumping off.
I said it was panic last week. It felt like panic last week. It was a great time to buy. It's still, look, if your time horizon is long, it's still a great time to buy. Let's not, if your time horizon is very long, then it's still a great time to buy. But
do you think this is a pump that lasts 6 months or a pump that lasts 6 weeks? Because it is a major trend, and that's where that
I don't even know
cycle comes back into play.
But I'm not sure that it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a 1 or 2 day pump. That's what I don't think. And I'll tell you why. Remember I said to you that the midterm elections are in 39 days or something like that. Very few days. So you got midterm election in 39 days. Do you think Biden wants to do that? Also, for the first time yesterday, we started hearing things like the Fed pivoting. So maybe not being as aggressive. We heard it from a member of the Fed who said, we're actually starting to worry now about how strong the US dollar is going to become, and we've got to start worrying about what it is. Then we're seeing many countries actually go, third world countries start feeling like if the dollar continues to strengthen like this, they're going to go bankrupt. It's something that I've been calling for quite a while. It's starting to happen now. So I do think it's a pump. I think like you said, I think in the beginning, we need to close above this level for 1 or 2 days. And I mean, if we can close above this level for the weekly, even better. Then I'd be much more convinced that this is the breakout, because this may not even be the breakout. If we don't close properly, this is not the breakout.
Yeah. So basically breakouts, 20,500 somewhere there end of this week close is basically the closeout and should be the breakout. Now, obviously we're looking at,
check the 4 hour. Go to the 4 hour. 4 hour we've broken. No doubt about the 4 hour. 4 hour we went through.
We have broken this little trend, definitely. We want to know, when are we getting 6 weeks of bullishness? Because I think we're tired of this like crazy little shifty market where things are just going up and down the whole time. We want to know, like, when are we going to finally have a 6 week or 8 week little bit of a relief run? Because I still believe that 24, 25 we hit a few weeks ago, that wasn't the relief for me. Like, it's got to be a little bit of a, it is the Dixie, but the Dixie looked like a shit coin that it looked like Shibu in the bull market. Like that thing was just not stopping, and it's got to
look at it now.
Now it's reversing. So big question before we jump into what do we think, because we got to prep for both. We got to prep on a big rejection here, and it's quite simple. big rejection here. We go to low ranges again, and maybe even a possible, 12, 14K Bitcoin. I think something really bad has to happen for the stock market for that to happen. I don't know if there's any news or anything that you think that could possibly cause that or something like that. And then we got the bullish scenario. Yeah.
There's Q3 earnings now. So that's a lot is in the fate of Q3 earnings.
Okay.
So
and then we obviously got the really bullish scenario that we break this trend. There's a possibility of us, what I'm looking at, let's actually get everything up here. Look at that volume on KuCoin. I can't believe it. It's actually insane. Just get the right chart here. So here we go. So what I'm looking at here is if we break this, we go test top range of 25, but I'm still in the views of 30K. 30K is still for me a possibility of Q4 this year. And then I think Q1, we go back down to lower ranges again. Now, if we do get this break, how does Rand trade this pump? How does Rand...
I'll show you how I'm trading this. How I'm trading this whole scenario, because not only this pump that I'm trading. First thing is I'm watching the Bitcoin breakout. So for me, Bitcoin hasn't broken out just yet, right? So we're still waiting for real confirmation of that breakout. Number one. Number two, I'm watching the Dixie, and I'm looking for three things in the Dixie, or two things. So I mean, it's a bit of a sloppy chart, but I think it kind of shows you. The first thing is we want to break the parabola. We haven't broken through the parabola. See, parabola is still parabolic. We're still above the parabola. To break through that parabola, I'd be looking at a level of 110.7, 110, under 110.5. That for me is the first break, but that's not a real critical break. That's just the parabolic break. Then we're probably looking at breaking below 110. If we break below 110 and Bitcoin goes above the 20,000, then game on. Then for me, game on. For the real.
What's Biden's best hope this year of being re-elected? Like, how could he be seen as a hero through all of this? Like, come on, you got to have a stronger market than this.
Remember, he can't be unelected. He can't be. This is just a midterm election. It's not a full election. It's a midterm election. It's just shuffles between the House and the Senate and stuff like that. So it's he can't be. But they don't want to lose any of the control that they have. So I guess one of the things that concerns me is Biden's going to come back and he's going to say, we have the most people that have jobs in the history of the country, because that's true, because there's too much employment. He's going to say we also have the strongest dollar, which makes the US very, very, very competitive when they want to be importing stuff. So that's what's worrying me.
And so do you still stick with a possible Bitcoin dominance going to 50%? Do you think it's a Bitcoin?
Yes.
Do you still agree that we are still in terms that whenever we break a big trend like this, it will always go back to Bitcoin first and then diversify out? Do you still feel what's different this time?
I feel that this time, this time it's going to be a Bitcoin run. And again, the reason is the narrative for me is people are running into Bitcoin because there's nowhere else to run. There's nowhere else to hide. You can't hide in the Estonian currency. You can't hide in the euro. You can't hide in anything. The only place you can be is dollars. Dollars is an overcrowded trade, and there's high inflation in the dollar. Even now, there's high inflation in the dollar. So you got to run somewhere. So where do you run? You can run to gold. You can see that people yesterday actually did start running to gold, but not enough. So I think gold went up like 2% yesterday. Which is
gold's looking pretty good. If you look here, this is the weekly. It's looking pretty good. And even to look from the bottoms of where it was last week, we're 5-6% up. And obviously silver is running with it too. Look at that.
Silver's the trade, not gold. Silver's the trade.
I've heard.
Silver's the trade. If you're into commodities, silver's the trade. I'm not I think there's better returns in commodities.
Yeah.
If you're into commodities, silver's the trade.
Okay, cool. So let's jump into it, bro. Bitcoin breaks 20K now. What the hell are we doing? So what I'm looking at here is what's obviously strong against Bitcoin, because this dominance, like I said earlier on the show, the dominance is clearly showing a direction of up if Bitcoin breaks out now. So it just shows again. But then another little trick to look at is obviously looking at, there is popcorn alts that are running with it at times, and I'm looking at what's strong against Bitcoin. The ones that I am seeing tremendous strength, I still can't believe where a lot of these charts are, is MATIC. MATIC for me, if you look at it to Bitcoin, It's at a point of very near strong breakout against Bitcoin. So I think it's one that runs with. And I think this percentage move that comes next from this market, if Bitcoin goes anywhere to 26K, I'm seeing where a lot of 50 to 80% moves in altcoins, and then I see death again in that time. I want to take advantage. Personally, I'm 97% in the market out of dollars, like 100%. But I am taking money out as we start to make our way up. But we got so many like MATIC. Look at this such long trend on RSI breaking out here. This for me goes there. We got this flag over here. If Bitcoin breaks out,
I can't buy MATIC at 82 cents. I just.
So what did this is the question that I'm asking you then. Are you going? The only thing you're buying now is extremely cheap.
Yes.
Is that your thing? And what is that? Because okay.
I'm saying I'm Jewish, and it feels when I'm buying MATIC at 83 cents, it feels like I'm buying retail. And you know, Jews know that it's against their religion to buy retail; they have to buy wholesale. So I can't buy it.
So you think MATIC's expensive?
I can't pay 83 cents. I can pay
really,
60.
Yeah? Okay. Will you pay $33 for Solana?
Pay $33 for Solana?
Will you?
Yeah, that's wholesale prices.
Look at that. That's like
I'll pay I'll pay $3.50 for NIA.
Okay, so you like NIA? I agree.
$3.50 for NIA. You know what?
This looks really good, actually.
I'll pay 40 cents for Gala. 4 cents for Gala games. I'll pay 4 cents for
that Gala one. Games. So that one's interesting. Is obviously gaming got completely destroyed, but like if you look at Gala, like that's accumulation. That's a beautiful thing, and just the test to these areas, the same test of what Bitcoin can do. You know, you're looking at a 345% Gala. In that time. So Gala is cheap for you. Yes. There was a few others that you spoke about, possibly Curve. Look at this trend. Look where it's at.
70 cents. Not 91. 91.
And if it breaks trend and Bitcoin starts to rip up, are you basically saying if you don't get it extremely cheap now, you'd rather wait 6 months to get it?
You see, I'm not trading. I'm investing. So even though I'm buying it in my leverage account, I'm investing. I'm not trading.
So how do people that don't have enough money to be an investor right now, how do they make money in this market right now? How do they, you know what I mean? Like is the only way to make money in crypto right now, buying now and 3 years? Or, you know, is it smart, like with these running, because it's important. It's important to know if this market goes in a bear cycle for the next 18 months, how the hell do you make money?
Trade. I'll tell you, trade. Like your live trading. If you don't have money to invest, which by the way, I think most people have money to invest, but take a small part of your portfolio and learn how to trade. Watch Sniper show. Watch Sniper School's coming soon. It looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's what we've been shooting, bro. I just want to explain to the people I've been extremely busy with that, and
you know what? I'm actually going to while you're here. I'm actually going to just give you guys a quick teaser. Just hold on a second. Show you how amazing. But remember now, what you guys are seeing is you are seeing the this is like not. It's not. This is not edited in any way or anything like that. So I just want to show you something. Remember, you guys are seeing this first. It's absolutely not edited, so you're not supposed to be seeing it yet.
For those of you that have traded before.
Okay, so I just want to show you how cool it is. I mean, I know we shouldn't be showing it yet, but I just want to show you how cool what Sniper's doing at the moment is and why he's been a little bit AWOL.
Those of you that have traded before, you know that pit feeling in your stomach when you open the computer and you see this massive red candle and you weren't prepared for it. Maybe you're at the shops, maybe with your friends, and you just weren't able to be behind your PC to close the trade. Then you end up being stuck in a position where you're in a loss, hoping that price will recover, but terrified that price continues to go down. Well, those days are over thanks to a little tool called a stop loss. A stop loss automatically closes your position at the price that you set, taking
How's that English, bro?
We all make mistakes when we're feeling panicked, causing us to make decisions that we regret and acting purely on emotion. But if you always use a stop loss, you never have to worry about the market turning on you at any point. Remember, the whole goal is to accept and manage your risk before entering a trade. With a stop loss in place, you can trade with confidence because you decide the exact amount of risk. Setting a stop loss means you don't have to be glued to your screen all day. It gives you freedom to do more important things in life, spending time with your friends and family, doing things that you love. And that's what trading should be. Trading is not staring at your computer the whole day. It's not healthy. So in this lesson, let me show you how to use this tool like a pro, so you can set it, forget it, and enjoy the rest of your day stress-free. Wow.
Quite cool. I mean,
It's cool. I've been working hard on that English.
The music, the music needs to be changed slightly and whatever else. But I mean, it's amazing, right?
Yeah.
It's very articulate, amazing.
Amazing. Okay, great. So I'm a little bit different. Yeah.
I'm jumping. I got to jump. I got to record something for.
Hey, my brother. I'm gonna pump through these coins quick and go through.
Pump through the coins. Have fun. Oh, by the way. Wait. Super important. On my show, I'm going to show you something absolutely amazing. And the amazing thing is, I've got something for you guys where if you want to DCA into a portfolio that I've created, you press one button, you DCA into the portfolio, no fees, 0 fees, 0. Wow. One button, 0 fees.
Does that sound, bro? You showed it to me this morning, dude. I think it's one of the best things I've ever done.
See you later, guys. See you guys later. See you later.
Cool, my brother. Ciao. Okay, guys. So the way I'm looking at it is slightly different. I don't see investors making money in crypto unless you have a game plan that this market turns bullish now and we break out. Unless you have a take profit strategy or something, like I don't see investors making money in this market for now, 12 to 18 months. Like I really don't. I think if you're in it for the 3-year period, that's great. For me, like I was just tired of seeing this account doing this. So I got a game plan if the market turns really bullish. Like we said on Curve, Curve is one that's really good right now, and it's very close to trend breakouts. End of the day, I know Bitcoin, if it breaks out, it's running solo, but there's a few amount of altcoins that are going to run with it, and I want to see which ones are those. Curve is one for me. If it breaks this major weekly trend, it's also broken RSI, which is really good. I am looking at this just going and testing these areas over here. And what I actually got here, guys, is the 50 moving average. The 50 MA on the weekly is what I'm using as a major take profit point for this next leg up, because it's lining up with all the major resistance zones. So for me, Curve makes its way to these areas of close to around $2. And I'm basically looking about 100%. That's basically what I'm seeing out of a lot of the altcoins. I think we're going to get a 60 to 80 to 100% move in major alts. I think some of the smaller cap alts, we can go a bit above 100, 120, 130. And then I seriously think, so remember what I said with Bitcoin, and I'll jump into these right now. Remember what I said with Bitcoin is, I think if you look at this volume, the way that volume has been moving up, I think that this volume has been spiking up over here. I think Bitcoin starts to make its way up to this area over here. Volume starts to come down, because it's retail buying into the market now, then all of a sudden we get a very big volume spike. And for me, that's the rejection point of Bitcoin. That can possibly bring it down to lower ranges, if not lower. Or maybe if there is some sort of bullish scenario, it just gives us the higher low, and then we start to look at that area. But I'm not focused on the extremely high bullish scenario there just yet. So I'm basically focusing on that move, and you can see where the 50 moving average is sitting for Bitcoin, and it's basically sitting in the areas of the early 30,000s. So that for me makes sense in an area where I think we can be going. And if it's got the love of Bitcoin dominance, and we should be getting, if this is a breakout on stock market too, a pull down in Dixie, pull down in 10-year yield, we should get at least a 15% growth in the stock market, and that can give Bitcoin that sort of level up. So for me, Curve, I'm focusing on that 100% move. The next ones, let's go through them quick, was MATIC for me. I don't care. I'm in it to make money, and it's very simple. MATIC is one that's running really well against Bitcoin. So this wedge over here, it's probably showing around next week. If we close outside here, Bitcoin's out. MATIC for me goes on a run. It goes to around 1.3. Really good scenario goes to 1.8, but I'm not banking on that just yet. But MATIC against Bitcoin, look at this. Like, this is such a long, big wedge on it, and it's doing really well against Bitcoin. So the key right now is to match coins paired to Bitcoin, because that dominance is clearly in its favor. So you want to see what's going to be strong against Bitcoin if the market moves. For me, Solana, this, look how it's tapped out here, like accumulation, right? Build up to the next move. And this has been doing really well. The only difference that it's showing here, is what I've said previously, is it's still a little bit away from the trend line. Okay, so it's still giving me that indication. Bitcoin runs first. I'll slowly grind up, but volume only comes through on the breakout of this area of years when volume starts to come in. The altcoins are doing opposite of Bitcoin. Remember when I showed you guys how the volume is going up for Bitcoin at those trends? It's all going up, all going up. Volume is going down for the altcoins at this area. So this works in the opposite region, that the volume will come in when this trend line is broken. So it clearly just shows again, all the volume is with the Bitcoin. All the money is at Bitcoin. Everyone's focused on Bitcoin right now. Get Bitcoin where it needs to be. And volume only comes in altcoins when Bitcoin's at a level where they can now diversify money back into the altcoins, which sort of makes sense. I'm sure we've learned this a lot throughout the year, and it's lovely to see how it starts to play out. So for me, Solana will go on a great run. I do think it runs slowly to the areas of 40K, but a break of that within the end of October. I do think November is altcoin month. I think December is probably bad. From halfway to January, I think we start going into a bit of shitty time. But I think October's Bitcoin, and I think November's altcoin month. And a good run from Solana will be testing this 50 MA. So you can put your 50 MA on your weekly charts, and that's showing us around $80 to $90. So it's still bearish. It's not back to all-time highs. But these are the moves I want to counter at. After that, I think we do something like this. Will we get the higher low? We shall soon see. But I think we're going to have volume spike come up, big volume spike to get us up there. Then volume's going to taper down. And then we get a big bar when the big guys want to take profits. They want to get out of the market. The one I still stuck to, a little bit of unlucky stoppage on AVAX. I'll be getting strong on that on short-term trades. Only once Bitcoin closes above that 20K will I be pumping the short-term trades again, because I'm just tired of these wicks. Very annoying. So we got to focus on the weekly right now to catch the right area. AVAX is breaking this wedge over here. Okay, and it's showing it's still quite far from the trend line. As we go over there. And what I do like here is we got a trending sideways market, and we got tapering down on volume. So for me, there'll be a volume spike that will come through, and that can send us on our way there. And I'm still working on the 50 MA as the move. Now, AVAX and Solana are looking as the stronger major alts, and you can see it's up to 200% if we make it to those areas of those zones. So I'm paid attention to AVAX. It's still early in my opinion over here. Mainly investing short-term trading. It will create flags, and we can focus on the flags. But AVAX definitely one that I'm focusing on in the area. And if you see over here to the Bitcoin pairing, how it is making a higher low. So if we break this trend over here, it will have Bitcoin's backing as well. So in the next 2-3 days, I'll update you guys on AVAX. Solana's definitely there for me, and MATIC, waiting for that break. One that's looking really good, that's broken the wedge already, is BNB. And I'm working on the 50 MA as well, which is showing close to around $400 on BNB. So this one is really nice. It's showing one that's showing strength against Bitcoin right now as we speak. So that's really good to see. The next one is EGLD. This one for me is cheap. This one is cheap. All of these have take profit strategies, guys. You got to focus. If we're going to make money in this run, we got to focus where the hell we're taking profits. We got to. We can't keep repeating the same mistakes. So for me, what I really like about this is that tapering down in volume, which is really good. We're starting to break the wedge now as we speak on the daily. So it's showing that it's one that's running with Bitcoin, which is good. And from here, I'm looking at us go to the 50 MA. And it's basically what I love about the MAs is they are matching with these previous lows very well. A previous support, now it's resistance. And just that move over there to that area, remember, I still expect this after, is 145% to that area. So we're trying to see what is hot, because I don't think all the altcoins are going to run with Bitcoin, guys. I don't see ETH running with Bitcoin right now. I don't see a lot of them. So we got to match the ones that look hot. And EGLD, this accumulation is great for me. Great for me. And it is showing tremendous strength where we're sitting. Mama Sniper, THETA, higher risk portfolio. I've went in, remember I gave you guys the small caps last week. I think we're up like 30-40% on majority of them. I do have a higher risk and super high risk portfolio, very small percentages, but I am deploying into them, especially into gaming like Gala and these, because these are bigger moves for this little leg up. And for me, what I'm looking at is THETA broke this long term over here, which is good. We got volume tapering down, waiting for Bitcoin, and a nice little push from Bitcoin. I see THETA making its way to these areas, and same, the 50 MA. is where I'm looking at, and that's sitting at around $2.8 from where we're at. I do think we come down after that, and then we can see from there. So for me, THETA is also a really nice one. You're looking at a 200%. Now, this is me working on the extreme, us having a really good October and November. So I'm ready for it, guys. I'm never going to sit and, oh, this could be this, could be this. Like, I'm ready. If it is, and the charts are correct, I'm ready. Like, that's the main thing. Cardano, still one that I still believe right now is really good. Look how good it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times we've been testing this area over here. Volume tapering down, breaking trend, and I'm looking at a move to 50 MA, which is around 90 cents. So still really good strength with Cardano to these areas. It's got Bitcoin's backing and Ethereum's backing as well, which is good. Then I spoke Uni, guys, Uni, DeFi. Uni is one of the stronger ones for me. That if we get the breakout of Bitcoin today, we're going to get the breakout of Uni. And this will be catching it as we're breaking out. Volume's already starting to come in. So I want to see the continuation of volume. And I'm looking at Uni go test these areas over here. Right now, it's the closest one to the MA. Like, I think this is one that beats the 50 MA over here. And it goes to the higher percentages, just to these areas. We do remember that the DeFi index has broken a very high trend as well. Long-term trend, which is looking good. It's a really long-term trend that we are breaking. So for me, I know DeFi is definitely hot. So I'm focusing on that. Then I had the 3 that I gave you guys last week. These are very long-term, high-risk tokens. I won't be buying all of them right now. We're giving you a little bit of a clue to see. Okay, so Scallop's only breaking right now. This is 1% of my portfolio. These are all up, I think, 10, 15, 20. Some of them are 30% up from last week. 1% of my portfolio are going into these 3 tokens, Scallop, PBX, and Naka. I'm holding them for a year, 2 years. These are my big gainers, very small money, big gainers that I'm focusing on. And I gave this to you guys last week, and they're all looking pretty good. Naka is up. You can see where they are, guys. Look where they are in the cycle. It's absolutely insane. This is where we had it last week, so we should be up in a good 20, 25% within Naka Soma. So long, we got Seller, VTHO. These are basically my extreme smaller caps. Then the other ones that we spoke about is, Randiver spoke about this morning, for me, is ThorChain as well. One I want to have in my bag if the market turns bullish. The 50 MA, look at this, guys. Usual 50 MA is what you can see on potential of where we can move, because it's matching up beautifully with all the charts. And you can see over here, for me, the breakouts, I'm looking at around 1.9 to confirm. So I've added a little bit to my positions here, waiting for Bitcoin to see if it breaks. And if it breaks this trend over here, I do see us moving to this area. And if I look at percentage move of where we're at from there, it's one of the bigger movers, 200, 250% to the MA. So ThorChain does look like one of the strong ones. Immutable X, like we spoke, look at this trend over here. This is great. This is at the bottom, tapering down in volume, which means when we break trend, volume comes in all of a sudden, and then volume tapers down, retail run it up, and then the whales dump. You see a massive red candle. So Immutable X, the next target for me on a bullish breakout of Bitcoin is 1.4 to the $2 region. So we'll work on TPs, guys. What we're focusing on this week is the market's turn bullish. Let's get our damn entries. Once we got our entries, we've got to spend the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks working on where the hell we're going to take profits. So as a team, we'll work together on getting that all done. And as we said previously, Gala, Nia's great. Curve, breaker trend is great. Is all, look at that. That's a really good one if we can catch on Curve. And that's it, guys. Longer show today. I was busy shooting school yesterday. Let's wait for Bitcoin. I would say around 20,300. For me, a daily close would be great. I know we got some news coming out from the US in about 3 hours. So that should give us either a quick dip off or give us the breakthrough that we're looking for. Let's focus on what we're buying if we get the breakout. You don't want to miss it. Otherwise, where the hell do you buy if it does break out? And then we can focus the next 2-3 weeks on where we're taking profits. And ultimately, we're just going to work together as a team. So guys, have a fantastic day. I'm going to go continue shooting school and let's kick ass together. I love you lots, and I'll see you all on the next show. Much love, Banter fam. Oh, what a wonder.
fool